What exactly is the flashpoint here that has triggered this crisis in Tata Group?
On one side, we have Noel Tata, who is the Tata Trust chairman, and Venu Srinivasan, who is also a Tata trustee. And on the other side, there are four of them, led by Mehli Mistry. Now, the issue is these four-member dissenting trustees, they think that they are being marginalized by the other faction. So Mehli Mistry now, feeling that he has been left out of the decision-making process, and there is some conspiracy being hatched behind him to kind of marginalize him in Tata Trust, not a good thing. When Ratan Tata was there, Ratan Tata's word was the law. Whatever he said, everyone agreed to it. Now, whether it's a good thing, bad thing, it's a different debate. But the question is, this kind of situation never arose.
His was the last word.
His was the last word. Shapurji Palonji Group, which is our 18% stakeholder in Tata's.
Correct.
Now, Shapurji Palonji Group wants to get out of Tata Sons. They want to monetize their 18% stake so that they can reduce their own debt. They have piled up huge debts.
And that's why they had to reach out to the government. Is it unusual or it's a normal course that any corporate house would take?
Government should just facilitate
Right.
in making investments, and the government's role ends there. As the Financial Express has written today, Tata is essentially consensus. All decisions should be taken by consensus. So the government has sent a not so subtle message, really, to the dissenting camp that let the Tata way continue.
When India's most respected business house starts showing cracks, it's serious. I'm talking about the Tata Group, which is in a bit of a messy situation due to infighting. And today, to unpack everything about this particular story, I'm being joined by editor of Financial Express, Shyamal Majumdar. Thank you, sir, for joining me in this conversation.
Thank you.
This has become pretty intense because the whole controversy or the infighting in Tata Group has now gone to North Block. Noel Tata went with three other people, which is one faction, to Home Minister Amit Shah and Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to talk about this issue.
That's right.
What exactly is the flashpoint here that has triggered this crisis in Tata Group?
You see, it's very interesting in the sense that Tata Group, as you know, it's supposed to be this India's largest private conglomerate. It has 26 publicly listed companies. The market cap will be something like 9 lakh crore. So, which is not a small entity, it's a huge entity.
Right.
When something like this happens, then the government also gets worried because of the ramifications it can have on the companies, on the market cap of these companies, as a result of which even ordinary investors will suffer.
Right.
Having said that, I must say, it's not really a pretty sight to see India's corporate bosses rushing to the ministers to solve something which is strictly their internal problem. It's certainly not, because corporate India keeps on saying that the government should not have no business to run businesses. The government should leave us alone. That's what the demand is.
So what is the internal rift all about? Can you explain it a little bit, and who are these two factions?
The internal rift is simple. Tata Trusts holds 66% stake in Tata Sons.
Okay.
Tata Sons is the holding company of the Tata Group, 18,000 crore Tata Group of companies. It has 26 listed companies with a market cap of, as I said, 9 lakh crore.
Correct.
Now the question is, the rift is between the Tata trustees. There are 6 Tata trustees.
Okay.
Now it has been divided into 2.
Okay.
On one side, we have Noel Tata, who is the Tata Trust chairman, and along with him is Venu Srinivasan, who is also a Tata trustee. And on the other side, there are 4 of them, led by Mehli Mistry, who is also a distant cousin of the Mistry brothers.
Okay.
And along with him is Pramit Javeri,
Okay.
and Jahangir S. Jahangir, and Danish Khambata.
Okay.
These 4 are on one side, and the other 2 are on one side. Now the issue is, these 4-member dissenting trustees, they think that they are being marginalized by the other faction. The other faction, of course, has a counterpoint to say that this 4 dissenting trustees are actually creating a discord in the family. And more importantly, if you see last week, there was a board meeting where Vijay Singh, who has been a long time Tata trustee as well as a nominated member of the Tata Sons board. Now he was 77, and according to Tata Trusts charter, he has to be appointed every year. Has to be elected every year by the group of trustees. Now, in this last board meeting, what happened is this 4-member dissenting trustee camp, they decided to oppose it. And of course, Noel Tata and Venu Srinivasan supported his continuance, Vijay Singh's continuance on Tata Trusts and Tata Sons board also. But because of the dissent, and since all decisions have to be taken by consensus, unanimous, in this case it was not possible. So the motion was defeated because of 4 versus 2. So Vijay Singh is no longer, has resigned, he is no longer the Tata Sons board member. In the process, what happened? So that was the first sign of discord between the 2 camps. The second issue was that Mehli Mistry reportedly wanted to become a nominated member of Tata Sons board, to which the other 2 objected. So they objected to Vijay Singh, the 4-member thing, and these 2 objected to Mehli Mistry's induction into Tata Sons board. So it was the split is absolutely clear. It's a vertical split. Now the interesting point is when Ratan Tata was there, Ratan Tata's word was the law, meaning he was such a larger than life personality. Whatever he said, everyone agreed to it. Now, whether it's a good thing, bad thing, it's a different debate. But the question is, this kind of situation never arose.
His was the last word.
His was the last word. So everybody, so there was not even a whiff of a discord coming out of any Tata Trust board meeting. Everything was by consensus, everything was fine. This is the first time after Noel Tata took over, after Ratan Tata's unfortunate demise. Noel Tata, obviously Noel Tata still doesn't have the same kind of authority which Ratan Tata had. It's perhaps unfair to expect Noel Tata to have that kind of an image from day one. So you have to give him some time. But the fact of the matter is that Noel Tata's authority over the other trustees has been eroded to a large extent. So this discord between the 2 camps can have a massive implication on the Tata Sons operation, because Tata Trusts have 66% stake in Tata Sons, and they have full say over what Tata Sons does on a broad policy level. So this discord, if it continues, it might create ramifications for the group companies. If there is discord at the top, you know how the ripple effects of that spreads into several companies.
Top-bottom effect,
This is the background under which the Tata Trust, Noel Tata, Mr. N. Chandrasekaran, along with 2 others, that is your Dinesh Khambata, who is interestingly part of the dissenting camp. He, and as well as one more person, I can't recall the name immediately. These 4 went and met Amit Shah along with the finance minister.
So is it a very common phenomena for corporates to reach out to government in such scenarios? Because as you explained, the cracks look really deep, and obviously they couldn't see a solution before them. That's why they had to reach out to the government. But is it unusual, or it's a normal course that any corporate house would take?
No, it is unusual. Unusual in the sense that when you talk about Tata, normally in India Inc., generally the demand is that the government should leave us alone. We should take our own decisions. Government should just facilitate in making investments, and the government's role ends there. Unfortunately, in this case and in several other cases, whenever such a discord in the family, or in this case discord in the trust happen, they rush to the government to solve the problem. So obviously, the crisis that they faced internally, they ran out of options. They didn't know how to solve this crisis. So as a result of which, they thought the government can put through its weight and send the right signal to the dissenting members that here is the Tata, who's the crown jewel of India Inc. Don't mess around with it. Let it be. Don't try to usurp those powers, and follow the Tata way, as the Financial Express has written today. The Tata way is what? Tata way is essentially consensus. All decisions should be taken by consensus. So the government has sent a not so subtle message, really, to the dissenting camp, that let the Tata way continue. You, whatever your right opinion is, you raise it in the board meeting, but solve it internally. So, in the process, I think the Noel Tata camp also is hoping that the signal will go to the dissenting camp, and in future, this will. But as a principle, this is not a good thing for the government to be asked to intervene and step in and try to solve diffuse a crisis which is strictly internal of a company. Indian corporate chief should be mature enough and to understand that this is not the way to solve a dispute. You must sit down together and resolve. But I suppose the government's hands were also tied. They didn't want the crisis to engulf and have a kind of a trickle down effect on so many other Tata Group companies.
Yeah, and my next question to you was about the impact that this um, will have on the other Tata Group companies like TCS, Air India, Tata Steel, and their investors. How do you see this?
You see, I do not think, I think the Tata Group itself, if you look at the structures that they have set up, it will not have any impact on the day-to-day operations of these companies. They all have their separate independent boards. They have their separate MDs who are all capable enough to run the company day-to-day. What might affect is, the perception about this Tata Group. If the big boys in the company, the decision makers in the company are fighting, and it doesn't send out a good message. Number one. Number two, investors will be quite uncertain about the way forward, because it's not a question of the day-to-day operations. It's a question of the broad strategic roadmap. Say 5 years from now, where will the Tata Group be? 5 years from now, where will, say, a Tata Motors be? Now, these strategic decisions all come from the top. So it is Tata Trusts and Tata Sons who are going to take those decisions. So unless they present a picture of harmony, unless they present a picture of we are in it together and we'll solve it together, it will have obviously a long-term harmful impact on the group. And it is not a good thing because, as I mentioned earlier, it's a group which has 26 publicly listed entities. It has many large unlisted companies also. As you know, Tata Capital is going to be listed very soon.
Right.
So the Air India is, for example, is an unlisted company. Tata Advanced Systems, which is unlisted company. Now, these are all huge, large companies. They need a strategic roadmap, long term.
Right.
It's not a short term thing. But Tata Trust, because it has a huge influence, impact on Tata Sons, Tata Trust must set its house in order for the long term strategic and governance issues, not on the day to day operations. No one is expecting. But it will create investor nervousness. So government doesn't want a picture going out from its largest conglomerate that things are not good. So that is why I think the government also is interested in dousing the fire. And one hopes that the right signals have been sent.
How was it, like you said, when Ratan Tata was alive, his was the last word. But how was it? How did the company function when he was alive, and what is the difference now after 1 year of him passing away? What do you see the difference in how the company is functioning at this point in time?
I think Tata Sons, as a holding company of the entire Tata Group, is functioning quite well. Under N. Chandrasekaran, it is functioning quite well. Though Ratan Tata was a towering figure, he was chairman of Tata Trusts as well as chairman of Tata Sons. So because there was one person for both these posts, so this kind of a problem didn't happen.
Never occurred, yeah.
But having said that, I must also mention that just 4 years ago, Tata Group went through this massive fight at the top between Ratan Tata and Cyrus Mistry, whom he appointed as Tata Sons chairman. So Tata Group is not a stranger to such crises at the top. But it's not desirable that every 4 years there will be a fresh fight at the top. But having said that, I think Tata Sons is being quite efficiently well run by a professional of N. Chandrasekaran's caliber. So there is no problem there. Problem will be that if the Tata Sons chairman is uncertain because he has to coordinate very closely with the Tata Trustees, all six of them. Now, if he is not sure who is in which camp, and if he has to second guess that this camp is different, that camp is different, he will always be tentative. You just can't afford the Tata Sons chairman to be tentative in his dealings. And then when this fight, if it continues, now who belongs to which camp? And within the entire group, slowly other such camps will come up. And what makes it slightly more curious is Mehli Mistry was a very, very close confidant of Ratan Tata. One of the biggest example of that was, though he is related to Cyrus Mistry, he is actually a cousin brother of Cyrus Mistry. Okay. But he went against Cyrus Mistry in the fight between Ratan Tata and Cyrus Mistry. So Mehli Mistry is not just an ordinary everyday trustee. He has a significant influence.
Yeah.
So Mehli Mistry now, feeling that he has been left out of the decision-making process, and there is some conspiracy being hatched behind him to kind of marginalize him in Tata Trust, is not a good thing.
Yeah.
So I think it is as much the responsibility of Mehli Mistry and the other three trustees in his camp, so-called camp, to come to a kind of some rapprochement with the chairman, Tata Trust chairman, and the other board member, other trustee, that is N. Srinivasan. I think they need to work in harmony. And also the owners, I think, which is very important. The onus is clearly on Noel Tata.
But do you think that harmony can come between the two camps? Because, like you said, Mehli Mistry is feeling alienated and sidelined. And Noel Tata is definitely in a position where he has to bring about this harmony that you're talking about. How difficult is it going to be for him?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. It is not going to be easy. Nothing in life is easy. I think what they have to do, ultimately, he is the chairman of Tata Trust. He is the custodian of the Tata brand name. The question is, they're all mature adult people. So for the sake, it's not a question of sibling rivalry here. It's much, much beyond that. You have to, both camps have to kind of act much more maturely, sort out whatever they have to have issues between them, and come to a conclusion which is in the best interest of everybody.
Exactly.
It is Noel Tata's responsibility as chairman also to figure out that if somebody is feeling alienated, unless there is a huge corporate governance angle, nothing of that sort has come. There are all, when such a fight happens, there are all indications given that there is some corporate governance lapse. Nobody has given any evidence of any such thing. In the interest of the Tata Group, in the interest of India Inc. as such, these are all, as I said, they are all eminent names in the business. They have to sit closed door, discreetly. They have to sort out whatever issues they have in common. Some give and take is necessary. So maybe Noel Tata gives something, takes something, Mehli Mistry also does the same.
Right.
Because if this is not solved, the group is in for real trouble, which is not in the interest of anybody. So I would hope that this issue will be
Gets
sorted out, and the
resolved.
government
Yeah.
has sent the signal. So
Absolutely. So, what next? Because we saw the listing was also delayed.
yeah.
What next, and how do you see um, in the next few days? I think there's a board meeting also on October 10th. So, what may happen in that board meeting?
You see, I think the October 10 board meeting, if you look at the agenda, it doesn't mention anything about this recent tension. It only
Okay.
talks about some fundraising for philanthropic, fund allocation for philanthropic activities, which is the main function of Tata Trust.
Tata Trust, yeah.
But obviously, what is on the agenda and what should be would be there's a big gap. I'm sure that the August 10 board meeting is not another ordinary board meeting. This recent tensions and the government signals will also be discussed in details in the board meeting.
Okay.
And they will have to find a resolution, because this can't continue. It has to end somewhere.
Yeah.
Having said that, this listing issue that you talked about, that is another separate as well as an interlinked issue. In the sense, I'll just explain it to you.
Yes, please.
This Tata Sons was categorized as an upper layer NBFC by the Reserve Bank of India.
Okay.
An upper layer NBFC essentially means there were some certain criteria under which RBI thought it's an upper layer NBFC. And because it is an upper layer NBFC and a core investment company, this is the terms.
So, what is upper layer NBFC? for
Upper layer
those-
NBFC, there is a threshold of how much business you do or how much debt you have, how much investments you are making, that kind of a thing.
Okay,
So it's a detailed metrics. So the RBI essentially categorized all NBFCs into 4 categories.
Okay.
At the topmost level was upper layer NBFC, which Tata Sons was part of. In fact, Tata Capital has also been listed because of the same directive of Reserve Bank of India.
Okay.
So Tata Capital. But Tata Sons is a different thing.
Okay.
Tatas don't want to list.
Why? Why do
Because
they want
they
to be
think
private?
their argument is,
Yeah.
though I have a different opinion on this, but the Tata's argument is that it plays a very, very strategic role in the entire group. They make a lot of investment decisions, which may work out, may not work out. But as long as it's a private limited company, they don't have to go through the disclosure requirement and explain to the general whole world that why I have taken this decision, that decision.
Okay.
So that's one of the reasons why they want to keep it a private company.
Okay.
Now, but RBI said that upper layer NBFCs will have to list, will have to go to the public capital markets within 3 years. Now, that 3-year deadline ended on September 30 this year, just about a week ago.
A week ago, right?
But Tata Sons didn't list. Tata Sons, they tried to follow some of the RBI guidelines, reduce their debt, and made it almost a zero debt company. And they said that no, we have complied with the norm, so we are no longer a NBFC. We are outside the RBI's ambit.
Okay.
We are just a private company. So,
Okay.
but the RBI has still not decided on the issue, though the deadline has expired. Normally, RBI is very prompt in this kind of action, but in this case, it is completely silent. In fact, to the point, I would say RBI has been evasive about why it is not taking any action. Meaning, either way, either you agree to Tata Sons' request of keeping it a private company, or you say that the deadline has expired, you have to list within 2 months. But in this case, there was a recent monetary policy press conference where RBI governor was asked about it, but he was evasive and saying that we don't comment on individual companies. Obviously, the decision to keep it make it a listed company or a private company, RBI is obviously waiting for signals from slightly higher. How high is that high? I don't know, but it's not an ordinary decision the RBI is going to take.
Absolutely.
So that issue has also been hanging fire, and that issue has been a reason for the fight between Tatas and the Shapoorji Pallonji Group, which is our 18% stakeholder in
Correct.
Tata's.
Correct.
Now, Shapoorji Pallonji Group wants to get out of Tata Sons. They want to monetize their 18% stake so that they can reduce their own debt. They have piled up huge
Okay.
debts. They want to reduce the debt.
Is that happening? Are they
No,
going to?
so they have been asking Tatas that you list Tata Sons, we'll get our exit. And in the meanwhile, RBI is also saying the same thing to Tata Sons for a different reason. But Tatas have said nothing doing. We are not going to list. And initially, Ratan Tata's time, they had taken a very, very strong stand that we will not list, we will give you an exit clause, but at our price. Meaning the seller, the buyer will decide what the price is, and the
Right.
seller will have no say.
Right.
Now, the question was that this was a fight between the two camps also, Shapoorji and this. Now, the Tata Sons has strictly decided that we want to remain a private company. Now, that battle is being fought. But many people are saying that the trustees, this fight on the Tata Trust at a time when two of its principal stakeholders are fighting with each other,
Exactly.
is not a very good
It is
signal.
not. It is not a
So,
pleasant
so
sight.
they have to take a call, and
Yeah.
I believe that they are talking to Shapoorji Pallonji and trying to find a via media to which they can remain a private company. So that's the background of this listing issue.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for explaining all of that and unpacking this controversy. And thank you so much, viewers, for tuning in. This is what we have for you on this particular story, and we will keep a track of what is going to happen tomorrow and day after in the board meeting. So stay tuned to the Indian Express and the Financial Express for all the updates. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, the Indian Express and Financial Express as
Thank
well.
you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.